Hello, let's play a bunch of daily word games. Today's bonus game is Worwordle, where you make a portmanteau. So I don't know a good start. Maybe ports for portmanteaus. Okay. Ooh. Could it be like SPO, like spoke, something like that? Spoon. It's plenty of options, but let's keep those in mind. Maybe we can look for the K, the N. I'm trying to think. Like I thought of a K. Like I thought of like Nick. Oh, Nick is not a word. Just Nick, like that. Maybe I'll end a word in ICK. I think. Or ACK. I kind of want that A. Hold on. What was I thinking? Spoon or spoke. So I need the E. But you know what? We'll get the vowels as we need them. I'm gonna do black. Okay, there's an L. So it's spool then? Or spoil? Okay, so I need to know if there's an I. What do we think on this right word? Check CE. It's not CK, it could be CY, but that seems weird. CH? I don't know how we'd end in CH. I guess there's beach. There's no A, but this is a kind of tree, a beech tree. What I wanted to try the I though. Well, if beech is correct, then it's fine. If it's incorrect, I'd rather have an I in my guess. Ooh. I'm gonna go with beech because I can't think of anything else. Oh no. I don't even know which one to guess at this point. Maybe I'll guess spoil. No, BI. I'm not going to get any info from either of these words. I bet it's bunch, though. It is. And then we'll do spoil. Lost the 50-50, but that's okay. I mean, we still had one guess to spare. Kind of a weird solve today, actually. It felt strange. I mean, I think I did okay, but the information was weird. Okay. Let's do Fibble. There is a lie in every guess. So there's exactly one lie in this coloring in this first guess of token. So maybe the K is supposed to be gray. That seems the most likely thing to me. But I like to bring in one of the grays because what we want to do is we want to find exactly where the lies are to get the most information possible. So if I keep if I did like an OKE word or something like that, if that exists, then what that lets us do is find contradictions. Is something like nook a word? No. Okay. See, I think we're gonna have some trouble here. Oh, see, I'd love to do an OKER, but that would actually be two lies in token. I play in hard mode where, in fact, I should make sure hard mode's actually on. It's not. I play in hard mode where it only lets you guess words that have one, that could still be the answer. I mean, it's tempting just to omit the K, but let's give this a little bit more thought. How could we possibly include this K? Something like this feels the best, but I don't actually see a word for it. Or KO. We don't have to bring in the E, I guess. We could bring in a different letter. Does that help? No. Okay, I'm just going to use the O in place then. We won't get very much info about lies, but I don't see how this K is getting used. We could do the K in place potentially. I just can't do ER. So what would we do? I'd really like to do this, but I don't see a way. Okay, we'll just use the O then. Let's get some really good letters. Like the L, the R, the S. Roll. I mean, rolls is there, but I don't think it would be an answer. Also, double L, not great at the moment. I mean, we could do something like sorry. Again, double R, but let's go sorry. Double letters aren't terrible in Fibble. Unfortunately here, that it's a consistent coloring, but the coloring can end up inconsistent with double letter, and that can just point out a lie. Unfortunately, it did not happen this time. I wonder if there's another ORR word I could do. Or we could do ORER. No, we can't use the E. The most likely situation here is that R is lying. The green R is lying. It's supposed to be gray, but you could do something like SOR maybe. Is there an SOR word I can do? Or OR something Y? Like wordy. Let's try wordy. Okay, we finally have a contradiction. So we know where one of the lies is, kind of. One of these R's is lying. Could be both lying, but it's definitely at least one of them. Now, between these two guesses, there are only two lies. And between sorry and worry, there are only two lies. And we know one of them is in these R's. So this O has to be truthful. Because if we wanted this O to lie, this O agreed with it, so it would also have to lie. Now we wouldn't be able to have one of these R's lying. So all of these O's are actually correct. Because once one of them's correct, they're all correct. Also, these Y's, being gray, is correct. I'm thinking about doing a DOR word, but then I would have to bring in an S or another R for sorry. So maybe I won't do a D. Maybe the D is the lie. So maybe what we've got going on here is all of these are lies, and it's literally just an O second, and we have nothing else. It's quite possible. So what do we want to guess here? Without the Y, it's harder to think of something. I keep wanting to end in like AR. Like I'm thinking about like polar or molar, right? I like the OL. We could even do double L, but I don't see how that helps. We don't have the S, we don't have the Y. We could do old somehow in the middle, but how are we ending this? I feel like we need another vowel. We could do OU word. OU what? We could do couch. I think that's not terrible. Okay, well we know this O is truthful. Either this U or H is also truthful. That's good to know. So I'm thinking OU. Is there another OUCH word? There isn't, right? Pouch. Pouches. Let's try that. Nice. It was pouch. If I only just thought a little bit longer about not doubling up the C, I could have gotten it in one fewer guess, but that wasn't bad. I think that was a good solve. How'd you do? Let's play Betweenle. I'll start with mouse here, per usual. So this orange dot here is telling us that our target word is somewhere between the beginning of the alphabet and mouse. And it's a little bit closer to mouse. There's only 21% of the words between it and mouse, and there's 34% of the words between the beginning and mouse. So, I don't know. I'm thinking about starting with G and going from there. So let's think of a word with G. Grade. It doesn't really matter at this point what word we choose. We're really just fishing out the first letter to start with. We're very close to grade. We're before grade, but very close to it. 1% of words. I'm going to start with a late F word. What would be a late F word? Like FR, FU, maybe funky? Okay, so late F word is still much farther than grade. So now I'm going to do an earlier G word. I'm thinking about whether I want to go GA or whether I want to go a little bit closer. Because I feel like GA is pretty close to FU, and we're much closer to grade. So maybe GL would be a good idea, like glide. There we go, perfect. Ooh, we are very close to glide. So 0.01% is a little bit less than a word. So like 0.09 is going to be like a little bit under 9 words away. I think that's right. You can kind of think about it. You can eyeball it because you don't know exactly how many words there are. There's about 9 words between glide and our word. A little bit, probably a little less than 9. So it's either going to be like gloat, like an OA there, or it's going to be another I with like a late I, like I can't think of a good GLI word. Maybe glint. Let's try glint first. 0.04. Okay, so maybe we are GLO then. Because, I mean, yeah, I know I and O are far apart, but there's no words that go GLJ, GLK, GLL, right? We got to go all the way up to the next vowel. So let's try gloat. Ooh, we're like one word after gloat. I don't think it's any of these, though. TUV, WXYZ. So globe is probably the next one. There we go. Nice. All right, got it in 7 guesses. How'd you do? All right, let's play Worwordle. We are creating a portmanteau of 2 5-letter words. So if I start with, say, stare, then these middle 2 letters, the RE, are going to be the first 2 letters of another 5-letter word that we continue with. So stare ready, for example, would be, might as well guess that just because it's filled out. All right, so now the yellows and the greens and everything, well, I guess the yellows are the most important thing. The yellows don't necessarily mean it's part of that word. It could be in the other word. So there's 2 A's involved in both of these words, and there's an E. So because this word didn't end with E, I'm thinking maybe the last word ends in E. What do we want to do about that? Wow, we lost a lot of good letters too. So I could do something like camel, but then I would have to start a word with EL. And Eli doesn't work. We could do elope. So camel elope. The camels are eloping. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. I was like, did I get it somehow? All green. Okay. So, I didn't even use 2 A's. That couldn't have been correct. Oh, darn. That's a mistake. I like to play in hard mode style, but anyway. The game doesn't enforce it. So we have a CA word ending in L. It could be something like cabal, and then we start with AL, and then like cabal alive. Oh, darn. Okay, I found the other A. So it's CA. It's not cabal. It's canal, and we're still AL something something E. It's not elude is with an E. Algae? Canal algae? Nice. Canals have algae. Cool. All right, well, that was fun. Got it in 4. How'd you do? All right, experts on. Let's do polygonal. Today's word is an 8-letter word, and the symbols on top tell us where letters repeat. So whatever letter goes here also goes here and here. And is that the only repeat? That is the only repeat. So we have one repeat, and it's this letter. Normally I would, if I have just one repeated letter, normally I just stick an E there and find a word. But I'm actually thinking that L might be really good here, or R, because it can double up like this, and it loves to be second. So I wonder if there's some way I can do that. Although E still seems pretty likely. So I'm not sure, like, I mean, we could end in ER. Does that look better? And put like an A there or something. I'm just filling in letters to help myself out, or we could do EA there. No, EA doesn't. Okay, yeah, I actually don't like how L looks. So let's start with E, as I said. My first instinct was anyway. It's probably a plural if we're gonna do double E, and then like, I don't know, TS, NS, really anything. So it could be a reword. Retreeds. Retweeds? No. What do we? D maybe? Detreeds? Oh, I can't repeat the D like that. Okay, let's clear this out. Let's keep the E and the S. I really think it's going to be re something, but we could do an EA there. Ooh, I don't like the look of it. Can we do like a seed? Seedy or something? No. Re-speedy? What if I tried to do like a TER beginning or something, like and then eads or something? T-reads? T-weeds? Darn. This might be one of those where I have to do a filler. All right, so when I do a filler, my go-to words are robustly and machined. It covers all the vowels, including Y, and it covers most of the really high-value letters. Let's start with machine to see if there's even an E in the word. Whoa, okay, so we may not need robustly. Let's see. NED, the N is repeated. Ooh, I didn't even think about that. Unmanned is our answer. Machine did the job. All right, couldn't get a hexpert solve, but that was fun. How many words were there? Not very many. So in terms of ordinary words, betweens, I had retweens typed in there, and I didn't think of betweens. That would have been so good too. The EENS. We would have gotten a lot of the good letters. Mongoose, strutted, unmanned. Those were the words I could have thought of. That's tough. Yeah, it really just felt super constrained. And that usually when it's that constrained and I can't think of a word, I just go for a filler and it helps a lot. All right, let's do the mini. What should I do for this? How about meter? Okay, it is double E. Maybe like an ED word? What can I do there? Doesn't have to be. Could be like an EL word. Bevel? Ooh. Where's that B go? B has to be in the middle. We're not ending in B, right? So it would be lebet. Wait. Lebbed? Wait, what is this word? I'm going to put the B at the end just to see, but... Caleb? Wait. Oh, celeb as in short for celebrity? What? I was like, Caleb is a name. How about Caleb? Yes, it was the answer. Crazy. Okay. Well, how'd you do on these? Let's do Symble. I'll start with Blaze. So the way this game works, there's two layers to it. The first layer is we get these obscured symbols. They're different every time. We don't know what's what. We have to figure it out. You can see we have three different types of symbols. We've got this yellow flame, this red infinity, this green star. The symbols are different, colors different every time. You can't base anything off that. It's random. So what we need to do is figure out what the yellow flame, the red infinity, and the green star mean. They could mean green, yellow, or gray. So if the green star is green, then all of them are green, right? Things like that. So green and gray work the way you'd expect. Yellow works a little bit differently. So the way yellow works is the easiest way to think about it is a different letter in the word goes in that slot, as opposed to that letter going in a different slot. So it's kind of opposite. So we need to figure out which one we think is green, which one we think is yellow. So I think L really likes to be second and is a very common letter. So I think we want to put L second. And so then the first letter, so that would mean that our red infinity sign is green. So our first letter would be a yellow, because I always assume the most common one is the gray. Because if you think about your first guess in Wordle or whatever, it's almost always like mostly gray. So it doesn't have to be, but it caught a Z as well. That's why we have a Z in our start. So we're probably starting with A or E. So if I guess something like AL, the problem is I can't end in E. So we got to be we can't do a live, right? Because if a live was correct, this E would be the same symbol as the red infinity. It could be EL as well. I don't see this pattern very often from Blaze. I always start with Blaze. So I got to come up with a word here. It's probably a really rare result for Blaze. Let's look at EL. Now, one thing that's nice about EL is I can actually repeat the E as long as it's not at the end. So I could do elect. And the reason that works is the way yellows work is that this B says, oh, I want the E. So it turns the yellow symbol. And then when this slot appears and needs a symbol, that E's already been used by the B, so it can't use the E, so it turns gray. So let's do elect. Okay, so I think we learned, it doesn't have to be, but it's very likely that the red infinity is our green, so we can bring the LT down. And our first slot wasn't the E, so I think it has to be the A. So we're AL something something T. We just have to fill in the blanks here with the new letters. We can repeat the A, but not third. So if the A is repeated, it's only there, and I don't like the look of that. So I don't think we repeat the A. It can't be alert because we can't use the E at all now. What is it? I like ending in RT, but I can't, other than alert, I don't see a word. So it doesn't work. Like, are we doing ALI, ALO, ALU? Aloft. Wow, it's not even that. But, okay, so AL and T are brought down. The third letter is, we don't know, it's something new, but then the fourth letter is the O. Because it has to be a different letter from aloft. And the O is the only one available. The greens are already green, so they can't be reused. What the heck is this word, though? Oh, it's a lot with two L's. That's what it is. Like an allotment, you're allotting something. I don't know. You're assigning it to a slot, you're allotting it. Anyway, that's my understanding of that word. Cool, that was a tough word. Got it in 4. Yeah, that was an interesting solve. How'd you do? All right, let's do the blind fusel. We have to start with a repeated letter. So let's start with a lot. Okay, so there's a T somewhere. This twist is going to give us alphabetical clues per slot. Let's guess tress. I like that. I like letters near S when we do alphabetical. Yeah, see? So the T goes somewhere. It could be anywhere except fourth and last. So the T is probably here. It is near R. This is near T, so it's probably an S. By the way, this one, we're going to get a lie. It's going to be like Fibble. This last slot is near S, but not a T. So we're not going to end with a Q or a V or a U. So we're going to end in P. So it's not stoop because there's no O in the word. It's not steep because this is not an E. It's not stamp either. Hold on, what is it? Is something like stimp a word? No. Like what can we do? Oh, stump. I was a little stumped there, but ooh, it wasn't that. Okay, I think the lie is this T here. So I think we are ST something P, but it's filled with something else. Now this twist, we can guess anything but a real word. So you're basically you're forced to do a filler. So if we're forced to do a filler anyway, we might as well put an R. Yeah, there could be an R in the word. We could put an R here and then an oh, it's strip. So I think it's strip, but we might as well get other letters too that might go in here. Sure, let's get a Y. Let's get, I mean, it's going to be strip, but let's get an N. Those are common. Let's just check if there's an S in the word. Okay, yeah, it was just strip. Nice. Cool. Let's play Don't Wordle. It is thinking of a word, and we are trying not to guess it. But the trick is we can only guess words that could still be the answer. So I started with kayak, gets rid of that Q and J, and it doubles up the A. It's a great start. The A is yellow, which is a little unfortunate, but we can follow that up with pizzazz. Okay, there's a P and an A. Yikes. The A is first or last. Yeah, we're already down to 71 words. So at this point, I'm already thinking, let's figure out what the answer is without accidentally guessing it. And then let's use our undos. We have up to 5 undos. So then we use our undos and then we can just breeze through it because we know what the answer is. Right now, we don't know what answer we're trying to avoid, so it makes it harder. Is something like apper a word? No, I was hoping it was. Or like amper. Darn. The end in like PPA or something? Kappa? Well, we can't do kappa because we can't repeat the A and A can't go second. AP, we could do apple. Apple might be the answer, but I'll gamble it. When that P turned green, I was like, oh no. All right, so it's AP some. There's no E's. Interesting. It's probably something like apron. We really need to avoid apron because there's only 10 words left. A lot of them might be obscure words that can't actually be on the answer list. So apron actually has a very high chance of being the answer. Are we at the point where we just assume it's apron until proven otherwise? I think we might be. I don't know what else is possible here. Something like absent a word. No, okay. I'm going to assume it's apron. And I'm going to get rid of all of these words. We'll just not do. Because after pizzazz, we're already kind of in trouble. So yeah, I just can't have that A there. We'll undo all the way back. So Xylil does not have anything from apron, so that'll be safe. The problem with cuckoo is that the O, we'll be forced to use the O for a bit. So what if we did eerie? That has nothing from me. Oh no, it has the R from apron. MC? MC is safe. Okay. Cool. Down to 2889. Getting rid of the E is just, it's always devastating to the word count because it's in so many words. Most common letter. Avoiding apron still. So an I, a U. I mean, we can do sus. I think it's safe. Usually I like to save the S, but that's only when I don't know what the word is. So I can do a safe word that ends in S. But in this case, it doesn't matter. I don't need to preserve it. So sus is a really good word. Okay. We should do a word with one or more I's. Can't do mimic, can't do civic. I like the I pattern though. I'm not seeing a word that does this that's left. Like I want to put like a V in the middle or something. Oh, vivid. Vivid works. Okay. It's not apron. There's an I in the word. So it's AP, and then there's an I in the word. Well, as long as I avoid guessing the P, we should be safe. Oof. Okay. Well, that puts a AP, and then there's an I somewhere. And the I is probably in the middle. I'm at a loss at what this word is, but that's okay. We'll find out. We can still avoid it. Something like trait might. Oh no, we can't put the I in the. We need to put the I in the middle, I think. See, now I don't know what letters are actually in this word. I could guess Fritz. That's kind of fun. There's no R. Okay. 21 words left. We just have to avoid starting with API. Oh, it's aping. The word is aping. Okay. We can just avoid aping. We could even end in ing, just do something else, like going. Nice. Did it. And I even had 5 words left. That might have been one of the best guesses to do. Aging, ahai, ahing, aching, hoeing, oping. Okay, owing. I wonder if knowing that it was aping, I wonder if see, the problem is I had the AP. Like getting the ing and just spamming ing words seems like it might have been possible, but having the AP at the start, that's tough. All right, cool. Well, those are the games for today. Hope you enjoyed them. And if you did, then why not leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.